Hi everyone, I'm Ekta Kapoor. You're watching me on Ishi TV, and today I'm going to talk about what you can do if you've been betrayed in love. Now, this topic has come up because a few weeks ago we did an episode about extramarital relationships, and I got a lot of queries from people after that, a lot of requests to look more at the aspect of betrayal and about the person who has been betrayed in love and whose partner has had an extramarital affair or has cheated on them. So, I'm taking this forward from that point, and what I'm going to share with you today are things that have worked for me, and these are the lessons that I have learned after going through betrayal myself on how to come out of it and how to still be happy and how to move on with life, even if that betrayal was terrible at that point. And I can completely understand and sympathize with you if you're going through a betrayal right now. On how terrible it feels, how lonely, how hurt, and how much pain you must be going through at this point. I completely identify with that. So I'm going to share 4 tips from my life that have worked for me, and I hope that they will help you as well. So the first point is to do with the fact that a lot of women around the world. This is not just for women in subcontinent societies, but this is for women all around the world. We kind of fall for this idea of us, that you and I become us. And we kind of think that becoming us means that we no longer exist or we no longer are important. So, the first tip for you if you have been betrayed is this: you are you. Establish your boundaries. So, a lot of us, we expect the other person to be everything for us, once we are in a relationship. We want that other person to be our friend, to be our shoulder to cry on, to give us career counseling, to be our lover. We think that this person is supposed to be everything for us, but that's not true. I mean, none of us is superhuman, right? We can't be everything for anybody. So let's be a little realistic that other person cannot be everything for us. And let's not give that person so much burden to bear that they can't take it, that they can't fulfill those kind of roles that you expect them to play. The other thing is that you can have this space inside yourself which is only for you. No one else can enter that space. No one else can intrude or have power over you and what goes on in that space inside you. And sometimes a betrayal happens to you because you needed to learn that lesson. You needed to learn how to create that personal, special, private space inside you that nobody has the power over, and only you can access it, and only you can give yourself happiness and at that core level of your life, and only you have power over your identity. So there has to be this space inside you that is yours and it's yours alone. And your partner can come and go, but this space is going to be yours. This is you. So understand that. And the second thing that moves on from this point is you are important. Assert yourself every day. So another mistake that a lot of women make, and now this is especially true in subcontinent Desi societies, is that we kind of, once we're in a relationship with somebody, we kind of erase our own identity, our own choices, our own preferences. We start kind of going with what that other person wants to do. It took me years to even go to a restaurant and order something for myself, because I would be like, what, you just order, or I got used to having somebody order for me. I didn't even have a taste of my own. Till my 40s, I think I didn't even have a taste in TV shows. I didn't know what I wanted to watch, and when Netflix came, initially I didn't have any choice. Though my name was there among the users, I was mostly going into my children's or my husband's categories and just seeing what they were seeing, you know. I didn't even have a choice of what I wanted to watch on TV. So this is something that's really common, I think, in Desi women, that we kind of absolve our choices, and you know, we kind of just go with whatever other people are doing. You hear it in a lot of families, the children talking about their mother, "Mummy to kuch bhi khalegi, mummy to kahin bhi chalegi, chalo, you know, we should decide. Mama doesn't need to decide, you know, she'll go wherever we want her to go." So don't be that woman, you know. Have your own choice, have your own preferences, and assert them every day. Because what happens is, over a period of time, when your partner is so used to you being part of the wallpaper, and you know, they completely take you for granted. So when they have an opportunity or an attraction with somebody else, you're not even on their mind. They're not even thinking of the effect it's going to have on you when you find out. Because your choices and your preferences, you know, they think it doesn't even exist. For them, you're like a non-person. You know, for all those years, 20 years sometimes, women just go silent. You know, they don't say anything, they don't ask for anything, they don't have any demands, they don't assert themselves on a daily basis. So their partners get used to it. They're like, ये तो कुछ भी कर लेगी, ये तो कुछ भी खा लेगी, कुछ भी पहन लेगी, जो भी मैं बोलूँगा वो कर लेगी. They get so used to that. That's not a good place to be. So assert yourself every day. Make the other person realize that you are a person with your own choices, your own preferences, and they should be respectful of that. They should ask you, what would you like to do today? Where would you like to go today for dinner? You know, what would you like to have today? Let them ask you that, you know. They should be so used to you asserting yourself every day that it should be second nature for them to first check with you before they take any decision, you know, that affects you also. So that is the second point. Assert yourself every day. Now, what I said is more of a preventive measure. But what do you do if your partner is already cheating on you? If your partner already has somebody in their life? You can either pretend that that situation doesn't exist and you're going to kind of carry on with your life as if you don't know that that person is cheating on you. Many women would choose to do that because maybe they've been invested for too long in this relationship. Maybe they were hoping to get married at some point. Maybe they're already married for tens of years, thousands of years, and they have children and they don't want, you know, their families to be affected. So a lot of women will just keep quiet, you know, they won't say anything to anyone. But I don't advise that. And I think that that's an unhealthy choice to make, because you know that the person is cheating on you. And what it's going to do is it's going to eat you up inside, and you're going to carry all that anger and bitterness inside you, and you're going to carry, you know, it's going to get into depression. You're going to start hating yourself. You're going to think, you know, hi, mere mein hi koi kami thi, and you know, you're going to go into all that self-hate and self-drama, and you know, you're going to always be in a state of blame, and in a state of hating somebody else and hating yourself, and it's just a very horrible place to be. So I don't recommend that you just stay quiet and let things just kind of happen by default. I think if you know that your partner is cheating on you, you need to take action. And the action that you need to take will involve letting go. Know that you can let go. You can either forgive and forget, or you can forgo. So what does that mean? Now, in a lot of situations, and we talked about this in the last episode when we talked about extramarital affairs, in a lot of situations, in 80% of situations, the marriage is actually happy. It's a happy marriage, but one of the partners decides to cheat, for the sake of excitement, or maybe they have a lapse of judgment, or you know, maybe they made a mistake. And when you tell them about it, and when you tell them that you know about it, 80% of the time that person is going to be sorry, and they're going to realize that they don't actually want to leave the marriage. In fact, many of them, they don't want to leave the marriage. They're in a happy marriage. They love their partners, but it's just that they get attracted to somebody else for a short period of time. So in these cases where the partner says, you know, forgive me, or I've made a mistake, then what do? So I've come to believe that at this point, you really need to ask yourself, what do I want? Because if you want to stay on in that marriage, if you really love this partner and you do see a future for you together and you want to be with this person. Maybe you chose that person, or maybe for whatever reason, like I said, maybe you have kids together, or there's certain other family obligations and you can't leave this person. You have to be in this relationship. If the other person also is asking for forgiveness and they're asking to stay in the relationship, then you'll need to either forgive and forget, or on the other hand, you can let go. You can say, I'm leaving this relationship. I can't take it. That'll happen if that's what you want. If you want to leave the relationship and this was the last straw for you, then this is the opportunity for you to leave. But if you need to stay in this relationship, you'll have to forgive and forget. And it sounds really easy, and I know how excruciating and difficult it is. It takes months and it takes maybe years to really come to that point where you've actually let go. But in either case, you're going to have to let go. You're either going to have to let go of those memories, or you're going to have to let go of the partner. So make a choice. And like I said, sometimes these betrayals come into our life for a reason. Maybe we needed to really think about what we want. Do we want to be in this relationship, or we don't want to be in this relationship? And this betrayal is giving us an opportunity to really, make up our mind. And once you made up your mind that, look, I'm going to stay in this relationship, then you have to really work on yourself, and you work on your forgiveness, and you have to, work on healing yourself and coming out of that sense of betrayal and making that space inside yourself, like I said, where nobody can enter. And that will strengthen you for life. So either way, you'll have to let go. The other situation is that, your partner may say that, I found somebody else and I want to leave this relationship. And then what do? The point is, you can't do anything. You cannot tie somebody up and put them inside a jail and say, you know what, you're going to sit here and you're going to live here and you're only going to look at me and you're not going to have anything to do with anybody else. You can't do that. It's impossible. So you're going to have to let go in any case. So then you move on. And then again, you go through that process of healing, and you go through that process of self-reconstruction of yourself. And then you come out on the other side stronger. And maybe, who knows, maybe there's a better partner waiting for you. Maybe you were not ready for a relationship. There could be so many reasons why that happened to you. But you will come out of it better. You will come out of it stronger. It's a guarantee. But that is only if you make the intention to heal and to come out of it stronger. If you let yourself go into a spiral of negative thinking, then it's only downhill from there. And like I said, I go back to the first point. If you're going to keep holding it inside you, whether you're in the relationship or you're outside the relationship, and you're going to just keep holding it inside you, that I was betrayed, you're just poisoning yourself. You're poisoning your cells. And I think that's a destructive way to live. You should move towards life. You should move towards health and light. You should move towards happiness. Don't choose negativity, choose happiness. And to choose happiness, you'll have to let go. So that's why this third point is important, letting go. Because it's necessary for you, not because it's necessary for the other person. The other person is responsible for their own karma. You're not responsible for their karma. You're responsible for your own. And your karma also involves your thoughts, your words, and your deeds. So take responsibility for that and be confident that whatever happens, you're going to come out of this bigger, better, brighter. And that's the fourth point. Dream for yourself. Fuel your ambition. A lot of women, once we're married or once we're in a relationship, we put everything into our partner's his career, and it's all about him, it's about his growth. We become like the support staff, and he's like the main hero of the movie. We become like the supporting cast. But you don't have to be that. You can be the heroine of your own life. You don't need to be somebody else's supporting cast all the time. You can have that space for yourself. You can have that space to dream. You can have that space to have your own ambition and to keep working towards it. 5 years from now, I'm going to be here. At the age of so-and-so, I'm going to be here. So have those dreams and have those ambitions and keep working towards them. That's again a way of asserting yourself and of asserting that, look, I'm a person too, and I'm important too, and I have my own life to live, and I have my own purpose in this life. And when you do that, you're also very attractive to the other person, because nobody wants to be with, somebody who's very clingy and, who's always calling them up in the middle of the night. And, you don't want to be with somebody like that. You want to be with somebody who's strong, somebody you can look up to. So be that person. Be that person for your partner. Be that person for yourself. So if you've been through a betrayal, I'm going to just quickly recap all the points. First of all, learn that there is a boundary and learn that you are you. Establish those boundaries. Second, assert yourself. You are important. Your choices, your preferences are important. So assert them. Third, learn to let go. Either forgive and forget or forego. Leave that relationship and just leave it behind without any regret. And four, dream for yourself. Fuel your ambition. Work on yourself all the time. Work on your own growth. Work on your own self-improvement, your own personal development. And if you've been betrayed, once again, I totally understand what you're going through. My heart bleeds for you, and I'm really sorry that you had to go through this situation. But trust me, there is hope. There is life on the other side. You are going to come out better out of this. And just take what the lessons nature wanted you to learn from this situation and strengthen yourself from this point forward. And nobody can ever do that to you ever again. That's all from me for today. I'll see you next time on Ishi TV. Until then, bye-bye.